Meet Victoria is presented by Thrive Fuel.
Welcome to Meet Victoria, where we'll get to know the people, businesses, and heroes that make this community special. I'm Caleb Shaw, owner of Shaw Realty and your host. Now let's go meet Victoria. Hey gang, welcome back to another Meet Victoria with Caleb Shaw. Today we've got some action, we've got adventure, we've got some fierce competition. Today guys, we're at Outlaw Pass Family Fun Center. Over 5 acres of excitement, fun, and adventure. Let's go meet the owners, Mark and Julie, and take a peek inside. Hey Julie, how are you?
Hey Caleb, welcome to Outlaw Pass.
I'm excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. Let's go.
Outstanding. All right, guys, we are back. I am with my friends Julie and Mark Mize. They are the owners of Outlaw Pass. Guys, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming out.
Well, I'm excited to be here. I'm super pumped up, and I figured we'd just run this back from the very beginning. I want to know the whole history of Outlaw Pass.
All right.
That's quite a question there.
Well, hit me with the good cliff notes. I'm sure this was just easy. You woke up one day, decided to do it, and then it just happened, right?
Well, it actually took about 10 years from start to breaking ground with research and really a lot of research, figuring things out, getting turned down at a couple of banks and then keep going forward. But it started with Mark just kind of getting burned out in Houston with the job that he had. He owned his own business and he just said, you know, I don't want to keep doing this till I'm 70 years old. I'd like to think about another business to purchase or something else to do. So he started just kind of putting his hands out there and seeing what was available and ended up in looking at a go-kart track in New Braunfels that was for sale. And then that started making him research go-karts, which led him into the family entertainment industry. And so from there he said, you know what? This looks like a good business. It's a place where people can have fun. People can relationship with one another. They come smiling, they leave smiling. It's an opportunity to help people have fun. And so it started with that, and then a lot of work, a lot of, like I said, research, and then deciding where to do the business. Mark had been coming to Victoria since he was a child with his dad and cousins and friends. They had a little ranch outside of town where they hunted and did guy stuff, and he wanted to be close, and so I said, well, what about doing it in Victoria? So we got started.
10 years, that to me is a lesson in perseverance, first and foremost. You know, a lot of people come up with ideas and, hey, I want to do this, but to actually take that step forward and make that first step happen. And like most people find out it's skating uphill a lot of the times when you first start, and a lot of people give up after that first step. And you know, and so once you got this into your head and you started doing all that research, and then you guys, you know what, I think Victoria, that sounds like the winner. How did the process go? You know, was it a quick thing? I know government never makes it easy. You know, you need a permit for that. We got to do a study for this, or, you know, what was the process once you figured out? I think this is, you know, we're going to do this. You know, kind of how did that roll?
Yeah. Well, Caleb, it's still like you're swimming uphill most of the time. You know, it's still like that after 4 years of putting ideas together and having, you know, seem like a lot of people are against you, or it's just hard. You know, being by business for yourself, sometimes you just feel like I'd be easier working for somebody and just letting it all get paid for. But it's really, I was a real estate appraiser in Houston and had my own business, and I just had a taste of working for yourself, and it was pretty much you wanted to work for yourself. You know, not that I'm any smarter or any better than anybody else. You just kind of had it in me that I like to work for myself after you start. You know.
Well, I can certainly relate to that. As the owner of my own company, I absolutely understand that. And what I think is really neat about what you guys do is you bring joy, you bring excitement. You know, the mission of this place is, like you said, people leave happy. They leave tired, but they leave happy because you wore them out having fun. And that to me is very neat in itself. The fact that what you guys are delivering is smiles and entertainment and all of that. And so I know with all that hard work and all of that goes into it, I'm sure the blessings have been there as well, though, through this whole thing.
He's the fun guy. I'm the the sidekick. I say stuff, and then he gets to have the funny joke. And he was so serious right there, but that is him. This has provided him an opportunity to be creative and do things that I never had witnessed before he opened this place. And he is all about, let's what can we do to add a little bit more excitement? What can we do to make it a little bit more fun?
Well, how's it been since you got started? Again, I know, like anything else, you have those learning curves, and you still have learning curves, as you said, but how's it going?
Well, when we first started, Caleb, Julie said, or when I was first thinking about it, she said, this is going to be harder than appraising what you're doing now. And it is. It's a lot harder, but
A lot more hours.
Lots more hours, but I always worked long hours anyway, but I had to drive every day and drive every day and drive every day, and you just get tired of driving in the Houston traffic. So it's a different kind of blessing. It took a long time to get this going. We prayed about it, and God took it off the table for a while, and then, it would always come back, and we, said, God, if it's not to be, wipe it out. Let's go on to the next project, and let's see what you have to do. But he always kind of put it back on my plate where this is where you're supposed to be, and this is what you're supposed to be doing. And, when you're led by the Spirit, or you're tuned into God, which, we like to say we are. We don't do it all the time, of course, nobody does. But it was a journey where, okay, let's do it. So, getting loans and not getting loans, and going through the process and finding the land, and going through, 4 or 5 years just to find the land, and then it costs too much, and you find another place, and it was quite a journey.
And people think, a lot of times as the owner that, you don't have to work the long hours now. You don't have to do all that, and they don't realize that you're probably doing double now what you were, but it's different when it's yours, and there's a pride and a passion. And I noticed with my own company, I work probably double the hours that I did before I owned it, but there's a different feeling and pride that goes along with it. This is ours. This has our name on it, and this is our product, and I can certainly tell you as a bystander, I've been impressed walking around and seeing this place, and I'm super excited for later in the day for all the adventures that we're going to get after and have today. And what's been some of the biggest lessons that, boy, we biffed that one out the gate, or I learned from this, or what's been the big one?
It causes you to trust God more and more. And I know sometimes this has been my life lesson of getting in there and trying to fix it, make it happen. And it works out best when I breathe and say, God will take care of this problem, or he'll take care of this situation. And you've got employees sometimes that don't show up. You've got situations, you've got a customer situation. There's just all kinds of things, and if I just breathe and just knowing this will work out. It'll work out, and it always does. And so it's just sort of that continuation of believing deeper and more often that if it's a good thing, God's got his hand on it.
Yes, ma'am, and I've found that if I stand in God's will on things seem to go a little bit easier than when I try to argue and do my thing instead of just doing as I'm told. Summarize this place for me. Just looking around, I see the rock walls, I see all that. An overview. What all do you have, guys? What all do you have going on out here? If I can spit that out.
Okay, we sell fun. That's what we sell. We sell games. We sell rides for the go-karts. We sell golf. We have a train for the little kids. We have a rock wall. We have a Euro bungee. We're building a brand new, hopefully a ninja playground for the kids with tunnels and everything, and little ninja apparatuses. We have a Nerf field that we use, but our product is fun, and we sell good times for the family. And ours is actually, one of our vendors says, you're the the quintessential family entertainment center.
Because we have free stuff too.
We
have the sandbox. We have horseshoes. We have washers. We have a little obstacle course. We have snack bar's not free, but we've got a snack bar. I mean, you can come here and spend 2 or 3 hours and enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, just have a great time, relax. We have moms that sit on the back porch and they'll have Coke and they're visiting and while their kids play for an hour in the sandbox. So.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I notice is there really is something for everybody out here because my wife, she's going to get mad at me for telling people, but she gets nervous in go-karts. She thinks they go too fast. She doesn't like being that low to the ground. But there's 20 other things out here that she could dust me in if she wanted to, other than just go-karts, you know? And yes, I said my wife beats me at everything, so I just get it out there before I embarrass myself in front of anybody. But do you guys have anything, before we wrap this up, before we get going to all of our adventures, is there anything I've missed that, hey, Caleb, you know, we can't let you go without you hearing this part of this little thing. A nugget that I missed. Let me hear it.
We love our employees. They're fantastic. They really need to get credit for helping keep the place clean, help keep it friendly, and that's been a blessing to us we didn't have the blessing of having our own children, and we have a chance to be a part of these young people's lives and help them get into the workforce and teach them a few things that are good and practical for being a good worker. And the past 4 years we've had a lot of great young people. And I also want to plug, we'll help you celebrate anything. Birthday parties, family reunions, office outings, team building. If you've got something to celebrate, we can help you celebrate that particular person or event.
Well, I want to tell you from an employee standpoint, you know, when I was young and entering the workforce at 16 years old and working summers and stuff like that, you know, I found it I to this day had managers and owners that I looked up to that took the extra time to teach me how to be a good employee and how to, you know, I always had the work ethic, but for good employers that took the time to help mold me and help shape me, to this day I feel like that's helped guide some of my success because I had good leaders to emulate, you know, and I can already tell you, you know, your staff has been lined up to help us, ready to help us. Good to go, just anything, can we help you, you know, and it's been phenomenal, and so I want to commend you guys, you know, you really put together something neat. You know, I hope that Victoria continues to support it, supports it even more, and really just, I hope this place shows Texas and the rest of Texas how it's done, you know, because I know as you guys as owners, y'all have done a phenomenal job. We thank you for what you bring to the community. Is there anything else that I've forgotten that you want to get out before we go and have a little fun and adventure out here?
Thank you, Victoria, and the Crossroads community for supporting us. Greatly appreciate it.
Outstanding. Well, guys, thank you so much for having me. Guys, we're going to run. We're going to hit some of these adventures. I'm going to try to win some contests, make things happen. So stay tuned. Go ahead. All right, buddy, I'm ready to get my Tiger Woods on. Can you get me fixed up and ready to go?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Stanley, you are the man. Let's go right here. Thanks, my friend. Appreciate you, brother. All right, let's go. All right, gang, we are back, and we are at Adventure Golf Course. Guys, this is 18 holes of fun and adventure, but to make it even more fun, I brought my buddy Rio along. We're gonna play a few holes, see who comes out on top. Let's get going. right, Rio, you about cleaned me out, buddy. I don't have much left. Last hole, double or nothing. You game? Let's do this. All right. Well, Rio, good job, buddy. I lost, well played. Guys, we'll be back. But next, I'm not losing this next one. Stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, we're back. It's finally race time. Those that know me know I like competition. And if I'm gonna race, I wanna race the best. Hey, guys, who's ready to race? Guys, let's go. I need slick tires. Let's go. Pressure. Come on, guys, come on. Hey, hit the tires. I need pressure. Guys, here, yes. Hurry up, guys, hurry up. Are we good? Everybody. This sucks. All right, guys, that wraps up this week's Meet Victoria. Thanks to Outlaw Pass for having us. We'll see you next week.